Well, hello and welcome to the Tao Manifesting Tarot, the most innovative tarot reading on the complete entire internet. In fact, I don't know of any tarot reading that's quite like this. It's a metaphysical reading centered on, focused on tarot, your ability to manifest. Now, how do we do this? Well, first I take a 3-card read. So all I use is 3 cards. Each card has its own frequency, and you know the power of frequency. We've been talking about that for years. So you take those 3, you distill them into one common frequency. Tarot, as I've discovered, because I've done tarot for over 20 years, really doesn't predict anything. From my experience, zero, nada, zip. But it does talk about the science of potential, your potential to manifest, your potential to create pictures in your own head, your imagination, your creativity, which, by the way, technology takes away from us. There have been a number of studies indicating that the more involved we are in technology, the less connected we are with ourselves, our intelligence, we're just, it's tearing us down as human beings. We are human doings more than human beings. Anyway, that aside. So the idea is to help you see the big picture, virtually see the big picture. So the tarot reading using the 3 cards is simple, clear, direct. That is our destination in this reading. Do not forget, today's Tao Manifested Tarot message is find your center, find your balance. Because there is where you're going to find the ultimate prize. Something that money can't buy. And so the goal is to find your center, find your balance, and grab this priceless gift. I'm going to explain it to you in just a little bit. So the idea is let's use the tarot as your potential, as your kryptonite. Don't use fantasy. Don't use unicorns, rainbows, any of that woo-woo stuff. Don't do it. It's the matrix revealed. It's tarot manifesting. Again, like I said, it's literally human kryptonite. And that is stolen away from us. 5-year-olds have loads of creativity, loads of imagination. By the time they graduate from college, none of it left. Seriously. 99% of the 5-year-olds are very creative, some even genius types by some standards. PhDs, 1%. But that's what school set up by John D. Rockefeller was all about. He said, I want a nation of workers. I don't want a nation of thinkers. So by the time you graduate, you know how to regurgitate information, but you're not smart. You simply repeat. You're not thinking anymore. By the way, that's what technology does. Oh, let me hit my smartphone. Oh, let me talk to whatever device I have. Chat GPT, do the thinking for me. No, 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 no. You are taking away all of your power. You're giving it away. So that's phase 1. Tarot, number 1 destination. This is where the reading is headed. Because this is a unique moment in time. You want to see if you can step up to your potential. Now, you don't have to. You can say no. You can say yes. When it comes to the possibilities, I almost always say yes. The times that I don't is when I think that there may be a danger. I mean, not everything that's presented to you is a good thing, so you have to have some discernment. But all things being equal, yeah, I'll step into it because you never know. Sometimes the biggest things in our lives start with that first little tiny step. So that's the tarot. Now, we got the frequency, and we even have your interest. We have to go a step farther. I have to give you a roadmap or some sort of a measure. What is it going to look like? What is it going to feel like when you're ready to make your move, when you're ready to use this tarot energy? I mean, you got to know what's going on. Like, say, for example, let's say you want to go out and do a run, do a walk, do whatever, outdoors. Well, you're going to want to know, depending on where you live, is it raining? Is it snowing? Is it hot? Is it cold? Is it windy? Tornadoes, hurricanes? What's out there? That's important. It helps you get to your destination, the tarot energy. So I do this one of 2 ways. Either I use astrologic. It is a thing where I combine astrology and numerology, which, by the way, are the science of cycles upon cycles upon cycles upon. It gets to be very complicated. but I use astrology, or I do something I call moments in time. Take a snapshot of life around us right now. Either way, and sometimes I use both, it gives you an idea what's the weather like outside, the matrix weather outside. If I'm going to activate this tarot energy, this ability to manifest this kryptonite, what's the weather like? How do I have to dress? How can I make it the most effective? So I combine all those things. That's why this is the most unusual metaphysical / tarot reading on the internet. Nobody does that for you. They give you the here's your tarot energy. Go figure it out for yourself. No. Here's the tarot energy. Let's take a look at the matrix weather. Let's combine the two so that you can really be effective. Okay? So knowing the repetitive patterns, you not only know your energetic destination, but what it's going to feel like when you get there. That's helpful. Keeping your spiritual kryptonite strong and vital. And remember, the message today, find your center and your balance. Once you do, you will get a gift that money cannot buy. Maybe the most important thing that anybody can have as a human being. Talk about it and coming up in just a moment. So let's see, where do we go from here? Oh, yeah, let's kind of set things up for you. Let's do the cosmic cycles, talking about things being priceless. Believe it or not, there are things that money can't buy. Those things are more important to your life than we understand. We've been trained to value things, not human beings. Why? Well, because things control us. The rich control us with these things that they jiggle in front of our eyes. We think, oh, must be important. We pay a price for it. It steals our spirit. The ultimate gift is peace. I know younger people, 20, 30 years old, go, screw that. Who cares? Peace. I gotta live a life. I gotta get. Wait to get to 40. Wait to get to 50 and beyond. You understand that for all the stuff that we call life, peace is the most important. Because at that point, you become a human being, not simply a human doing. So the most priceless thing, money cannot buy peace. Can't even rent it. That's what you want. You want that balance. Remember, we were talking about that's the goal, to find your center, to find your balance. Well, this is the reason why. Peace is the ultimate. We're going to start digging in a moment, but I just want to let you know that I do have an email, tao-tarot at proton.me, tao-tarot at proton.me. Write any way you want. You don't have to be nice. You don't have to be polite. You don't have to like me. If you do like me, if you are polite, that's so much the better. But it's not required. It's just contact. It's just contact. We can start from there. Tao-tarot at proton.me. All right, so let's get to it. We begin in moments in time. We're going to take a slice from modern life. We're not going to go to the past particularly, although this is a little bit in the past, but contemporary. And we know about his son, RFK Jr. He's making sure that we're healthier. Maha. But his father, Robert Kennedy, was also assassinated like his brother John F. Kennedy. In fact, shortly after JFK got it, RFK got it. Why? Because he was running for president. Why? Because he wanted to clean up America, which is why he was assassinated. Anyway, this quote from Robert F. Kennedy: every time that we turn our heads the other way, when we see the law flouted, when we tolerate what we know is wrong, when we close our eyes and ears to the corrupt because we're too busy, we're too scared, when we fail to speak up, when we fail to speak out, we strike a blow against freedom, decency, and justice. It's cowardice. That's what it is. You're not a patriot, you are a coward. And in fact, Ben Franklin said, and we did this at 9/11, they scared the shit out of us, and we gave up our Constitution effectively. We didn't broom it out right away, but effectively we said, okay, you can get in there and play around. Bad move. We did it because we wanted to be safe. We wanted to be safe. The biggest enemy any of us has is ourselves. Ben Franklin said, if you give up your freedom for security, you're not going to get either. He was absolutely right then, and it works even better now. Let's go to the meme of the day. Ah, is that the guy who runs Great Britain on the knee of Klaus Schwab? Was it Starmer, Kerr Starmer, something like that? Yeah, Schwab is telling him, now tell them you're implementing digital ID to stop illegals. That's the bullshit reason. What they're going to do is use that. Everything's a step. Everything's a step. One more step. One more step. No, 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 no. We're not going to take it away from you. We're going to deal with this. Hey, it was safe and effective. Safe and effective. Safe and effective. We're now seeing the numbers. Millions of people have died from the vaccine. Proven with real science. It's the same bullshit coming out of those psychopaths. Oh, it's just to stop illegals. Well, guess what? Eventually, you and I are going to be the illegal ones. Let's go to the missing link, tying it all together. One of my favorite people, Whitney Webb. Throwing up a warning. Digital ID will be tied to food purchases. Remember, we just heard the puppet on Klaus Schwab's knee say, hey, you know, it's only to keep illegals out. No, 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 no. Whitney Webb tells you the truth. Digital ID will be tied to every aspect of your life. You won't have a case of gas that they're not going to know about. And one of the first things that they're going to do, if they can get this digital ID, this fake money, this whole thing they're setting up, if they can get it going, you give in. Like Robert Kennedy says, you don't say a word, you don't do anything, you just roll over and play dead. You do that, and they're gonna shut down your food. That's what they're gonna go for first, because a hungry person, very, very easy to push around. Let's take a look at the tarot for today. King of Cups. The King of Cups is a caring, subtle influence. That is what you have to have with yourself. If you're looking for peace, true peace, if you're looking for that balance that will give you something money can't buy, you have to give it to yourself first. Cups is it could be romantic, but it's an emotional connection, a deep emotional connection. And the King of Cups says, love yourself, man. It's okay. You screw up, you make mistakes, admit to them, own up to them, fix them, but love yourself. That's really important. When you do that, we go to the Nine of Wands. Now all of a sudden you have a different attitude. Now you're saying, you know what? I'm a jerk. Okay. Sometimes I'm erratic. Sometimes I'm an idiot. Sometimes I'm a narcissist. Sometimes I'm a little bit of everything. But you know what? I'm going to be better to myself. And when you get to that point, the Nine of Wands energy takes over and says, you know what? I'm not going to quit. I'm going to keep getting better. I'm going to keep getting better. I'm going to keep getting better. I'm going to keep going for the life that I want. My spirit is telling me. The final card is the Four of Pentacles. Fours are solid, stable. Pentacles are our value system. You are looking for a value system that is stable, your core values. If it's simply getting more cars, more homes, more things, well, then you haven't learned a damn thing, and peace will elude you. You're never going to touch peace because peace can't be bought. You give it to yourself. That's the King of Cups. Give yourself the gift of peace. Do that. The Nine of Wands energy steps in and says, you know what? I'm going to keep doing this. This is really satisfying. Not necessarily fun all the time, but it's satisfying. It completes me as a human being. And the Pentacles, your core value system, will lead you to the future that you not only want, but that you deserve. Really important. That's why you have to do it. And that's why the message today is find your center and balance so you can have real peace in your life. Time up. Thank you very much for being here. I realize, along with time and peace, you spend a little of both with me here. I thank you. I appreciate it. Words cannot say thank you enough. Just know my heart to yours very much. Hey, do me a favor too, like and subscribe. A lot of stuff going on all around the world, especially on the internet. They're very, very sneaky. But people are reporting all kinds of strange kinds of things going on the internet. Subscribers going away. Sometimes their feed kind of cuts out. Worldwide. So please, like and subscribe. We need your support. Mucho plenty. Between now and the next time you and I do tarot together, peace and blessings.